Hello, Naneki here with Mission 5 Reclaimer of my Halo 4 LASO campaign mission walkthrough series. That's Legendary, all skulls on. And here we are setting the mission up. You can see all 13 skulls are on. It's Legendary. Now I happen to do this in a single segment with no deaths, so it does qualify as a Mythic SLASO mission. But as we start this mission, I just want to note that this is a very skip-heavy mission. I had a lot of fun doing it, but there are a lot of skips in here, and I'll point them out as I do them. The first thing we're going to do is skip the opening cutscene, and that's not the kind of skip I'm talking about, by the way.
Commander Lasky's waiting for you on the Mammoth.
I've seen a number of people do this initial skip. But anyway, instead of going into the Mammoth, we're going to turn left and run down to the end of this ridge. Initiate a couple of waypoints that we can see when we turn around. And this saves us a few seconds on the run. We're right here. And turn right around those rocks that look like cow pies, and you can see the waypoints light up on the Mammoth. Normally it takes us doing a couple things up there to get those things lit. And by doing it this way, we save just a few seconds. So jump back in the Mammoth in the side door. And there's Commander Lasky on the left there. Come on up here. I switched over to my AR. Grabbed the jetpack, let the Marine wave at me. And I'm going to swap out my AR for a sniper rifle because we will use that. So now we have the sniper rifle as primary and battle rifle as backup. And there's nothing I can do about this part of the mission. We just have to sit up here and ride away. And what I did is I jumped up where that antenna is, right after the mini-mac gun, because I will be jumping off the Mammoth from this position right here. Okay, just kind of looking around, and of course the Pelicans are supposed to put a target designator on the particle cannon so the mini-mac can take it out, but of course they get too close. The first one goes flying off in the distance, the second two get vaporized. Now we have to go get the target designator. Okay, as soon as you hear that, the Covenant squad's digging on the ridge line. Do a sprint, jump, and jetpack off of the Mammoth at a 45-degree angle, doing boost and coast over to that ledge there, and then run along this path here. Now I saw No Eyes 10 do this, or take this route to the target designator in his speed run, and I've been using this route ever since because it actually is a bit easier than the original route of rolling out of the Mammoth with a hog and trying to get to the designator that way. I see a little rock right there. We're going to run into it and then jump jetpack up to here, and it should have enough boost to get up to that little ledge. It might take a little practice. Okay, jump straight up with the jetpack and then run through across the other side of the rock and jump down, using jetpack at the last second to slow the descent. And run along the outside edge of the acid stream there. Jetpack over the crashed Pelican. Put your first shot on the Pelican, and then jump down here. Now with tilt on, it takes 2 shots. Actually, that was a particle cannon. It takes 2 shots to take out the particle cannon. Jetpack back up to that flat rock, run up the rock in the Ghost, and haul it back to the Mammoth. Oh, Jackal Sniper. Gotta be careful about that guy. Alright, now we'll run back up here. And now we're trying to put our second... Up on the D-pad, by the way, gets you the target designator. Okay, there we go. Takes a little while to reload the target designator. Okay, but that takes care of the particle cannon number 1. And now we're off to find and destroy particle cannon number 2. Notice I waited a couple seconds before I jumped back in the Ghost because of that Jackal Sniper out there. I did not want to be in his line of sight. Okay, as soon as the ramp drops here, we're off and running again. We're gonna do a run a gauntlet here. Ooh, didn't want to do that. But anyway, when I get to about this point right here, I want to coast for 2 or 3 seconds to get full boost back and then take off again along this route. Slightly left here, and then across that little ditch and back to the right there. Ooh, that was a good shot. Anyway, I made it. I made the gauntlet between the two phantoms and Covey's on the ground. Ghost is smoking a little bit. My shields are down, but we're okay. Alright, then we're going to boost here and hit the jump key to lift the nose of the, and hold the jump key to lift the nose of the ghost. So we get up and over those rocks, and then follow this path around to the force field, and we're going to go to the next skip, which is one of the oldest tricks in the book, which is jump out of a vehicle through a solid object. Whoops. Here we want to look to the right, and we'll jump out to the right. There we go, right through the force field. And what we did there was we avoided another major battle, or a major battle, to take out 3 force fields, or 3 power sources for that force field, including having to take out a bunch of, a couple of ghosts, a wraith, a bunch of elites, and it would have been pretty nasty. But by doing that skip, we bypassed all that. And we're just running up here towards the second particle cannon. Now, the next time Commander Lasky's comm becomes active, go ahead up on the D-pad and bring up the target designator. Alright, and go ahead and put your first shot on that second particle cannon. Run up to this ghost. We're going to bring the ghost up to right about here. This point, because we're actually going to use it. Now, the route that I'm taking here, I saw Naked Eli do in his run. And actually, what we're doing here is we're going to take out the second particle cannon, but we're also going to do another skip right after that to take out a lich that appears. Normally, you'd have to battle your way through a whole bunch of stuff to get to the lich to take it out, but we're actually using a skip here to do it. So we jetpack and jetpack down to the lich here, run down here, and whack it once, and then 2 shots with a sniper rifle take it out. Now, I got my shields back by doing a melee on that power source on the lich. And again, thanks to Naked Eli for demonstrating that particular route to the lich. That actually works. Every time I've tried it, it's worked. Some people were having problems with that power source becoming invulnerable. We couldn't take it out. But that particular route works every time. So thanks again, Naked Eli. Now we're off and running. And this particular approach was suggested, I believe, by R.C. Master. There is a way to take the ghost across the acid streams, but it is really risky, so I'm just going to use a combination of jetpack and ghost, jetpack and ghost. Notice I did a sprint jump and jetpack to start to get across. And just follow this route, do the same thing here. And the campaign lags a little bit for some reason for me when I'm doing these jumps, so I have to be a little careful at times. Now this particular one right here, I went high. It's a lot easier to get across that stream from that position.
It's okay.
Yeah, a little quick jump across here.
How is this okay?
And then down here, do a sprint, jump, jetpack, across, coast and boost, or boost and coast I should say. And then I believe we've got,
We don't just shut down.
we're going to have to jetpack across here, and then we got one more little stream after this, and we're clear of the acid streams. You definitely don't want to land in them because it's instant death.
No, I won't let that happen.
Okay. Now, No Eyes 10 did a really neat skip using a ghost to boost across a chasm, about halfway across, jumping out of the ghost and using the jetpack to get across to the other side. And that approach cuts about 20, maybe 25 seconds off of the run. But it is pretty tricky to do. I've done it before, but it's pretty tricky to do. And so I decided to take the safer. Now this is not a a no-risk route that I'm taking. It's a lower-risk route.
Go, Commander.
I mean, you actually could have jumped down off the lich and jetpacked into the mammoth and rode out all the stuff in relative safety, but
I can move faster.
I like to use that jump across the acid streams. Now what we're doing here is we're coming up to the beginning of Sniper Alley, jump down and right past that ammo thingy there, and then run back, And what we did was we initiated a checkpoint to load the enemies for Sniper Alley. And now we're going to be running back across to the end of this rock face here to do the Through the Rock Face skip, which bypasses, actually it's a Sniper Alley skip, but we're going to be going through a rock face to do it. Come back here and go ahead and jump and jetpack up. And this is one of the very few times that I missed that jump. So I'm going to try it again. Okay, jump jetpack up. Right about here to this little ledge. And then jetpack up here. And I notice I'm waiting a second there just to get my jetpack all the way back. And then there I press my face into the rock face. And I got a little extra boost out of that. And then jetpacked up. Jetpack and boost, a sprint jetpack and boost here, run into the rock and boost, and away we go, flying way up in the air. See how much extra boost you get out of that. And then jump down here, using your jetpack to slow the descent. Okay, and then jump jetpack straight up here. Do them almost simultaneously, that will get you max boost. To this point here, and then ease our weapon through the rock face, aim a little right, step back, do a sprint jump, and then jetpack and coast, jetpack and coast, jetpack and coast across to here. And if we're lucky, we make it. That takes a little practice, by the way. Okay, jump, jetpack up here, a little sprint jump and jetpack across to here, and into the building. And we've just bypassed Sniper Alley, which is another major headache of a battle. It has jackal snipers and jackal shielded jackals and grunts and elites. And once you get through all those, then you got to deal with Prometheans, including crawlers and knights. And it's just a real pain. Okay, but by doing that skip through the rock face, we've essentially bypassed that major battle. Okay, come on in here, into the elevator, and down we go. And I'm not really sure who was the first one to demonstrate that. Whoever it was, I tip my hat with many thanks, because that's probably the hardest one to do. Jetpacking across that chasm. But it is well worth the effort. And if you fail, because you're just doing this for LASO and not Mythic, if you fail, if you save and quit out quick enough, by the way, ignore that sentinel on the left. Just follow the path that I'm taking. But if you save and quit out of there quick enough, when you resume, you're right at that checkpoint at the start of Sniper Alley, so you can continue to go back and hone your techniques for getting across that chasm. It's well worth the effort to learn how to do that, because that's a useful trick to do, a skip to use in any reclaimer mission for a weekly campaign challenge or whatever. It works at lower levels and with less than all skulls on as well. Okay, notice the two golden looking symbols there on the left. Those are the two active particle cannons. The two on the right that are silver are the two that we took out. So what we just did is we just put Cortana into the particle cannon network to take the other two offline. And she just did, and now she's concerned that there's something in the system.
Cortana.
She's lost. We got to go find her now. The light bridge appears. We can go ahead and run through or across the light bridge into this passageway, into the alcove, turn left. Okay, into this alcove, make a right. Okay, run on out and jump jetpack down here, and then sprint through this doorway that the sentinels will open for us into the light. And this is the start of about a 2-minute or so cutscene where the librarian remnant tells us all about the didact and boosts our DNA and our shielding and all that stuff, so that the chief can take on the didact. And when we come out of the cutscene, which is now, I skipped it basically. The librarian is finishing off everything. So immediately when you gain control, run over to this point here and wait for the activate waypoint to appear. Grab Cortana, immediately jump and jetpack across here to this walkway, and we're bypassing all the Prometheans in this room except for the ones right at the very end. When we get down here to the end, I'm going to take out a couple of crawlers. Okay. I'll throw a grenade down there for grins just to see if I can back that Promethean Knight off. But go ahead and jump and jet back down here and immediately run and turn left. And wait for that door to close. That way you don't take fire as you run into the elevator. Because the shields are probably weak right now, and if you continue to take fire, you just might die.
But I know what the
So making that little left and pausing momentarily is a nice little trick to avoid deadly fire. Okay, out of the elevator, to the right, through the portal, and into our final skip. Okay, as we come out, there's this huge battle going on, and the idea is for us to fight our way using the tank all the way up to 3 force fields that are well guarded, or 3 power sources for a force field that are well guarded. And what we're going to do instead is bypass all that fighting and run up here, along the rock face here, jump up on this little rock, press our noses into this rock and do a jetpack up, get that little extra boost. We're going to do the same thing here after the boost comes off. There's recharge 100%. Okay. Now here we're going to have to jump straight up because there's a little outcropping on that rock face, and we do a jump jetpack straight up and then forward. Kind of same thing holds true here. Just follow this path. And once we get up to about this point here, we don't have to worry about taking any more enemy fire. Okay, sprint, jump, and jetpack across to here. Now we're going into a soft kill zone. We're in and out of one. Don't worry about it. You can get in and out of these. There's another one right here that you can get in and out pretty quickly. Just following this path along the edge of the cliffs here. Using the jetpack when necessary. You can hear it boosting. Okay. Just keep going along this route that I'm taking. Okay, you can see the force field. We're working our way around behind it. We want to get just behind it. Right there. Jump on down using the jetpack to slow our descent. Do the same thing here off the rock. Jump down, use the jetpack. Okay, there'll be a screen freeze here. It's loading stuff up ahead. And we're essentially getting towards the end of the mission. The only thing we have left to do is grab the target designator that's out here and put it on the gravity well and fire a shot off with the target designator. And then the Infinity will take care of the rest.
Line up the shot.
Alright. There's the target designator. Boom! Alright, this is all forced cutscene here. Nothing we can do about it. We can't skip out of it. And as we come out of the cutscene, there's the Chief looking on as the gravity well is destroyed, and he smugly turns and walks away, and that's the end of the mission. We'll skip this cutscene and go to you'll see the symbols denoting the end of the mission, but I do hope this helps in your quest for the LASO Emblem with a Reclaimer mission. This is Old and Aki signing off. Take care, everybody.